Welcome back to Moving to Hampton Roads. Today's video is all about luxury living in York County. We're going to be going through two beautiful neighborhoods, Taylor Farms and Olde Port Cove. Stick around, we'll get right to it. My name's David Tortellini, and I help people just like you buy and sell property here in York County and throughout all of Hampton Roads. If this is your first time to the channel, hit that subscribe button. That way you get alerted to all of our future videos. Then when you're ready to get started, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I'd love to help you out. Okay, let's get straight to our video. Whenever we talk about luxury living in York County, we really have two options. We're looking at either private builds on the water, or we're looking at a few planned subdivisions, like the two we're going to look at today, Taylor Farms and Olde Port Cove. Taylor Farms is probably the most expensive neighborhood overall in York County, and Olde Port Cove is just below that. So we are going to take a look through these beautiful neighborhoods. We're going to start off in Taylor Farms. I'm going to hop in the car, drive you through the neighborhood. We'll talk all about it, and then we'll head over to Olde Port Cove right after that. All right, let's get to it. Alrighty, well, we're here in Taylor Farms, and this really is the premier luxury neighborhood in all of York County. So this is going to have your highest average price point in the area when these homes do sell, which honestly isn't very often. So it's not that big of a neighborhood. It's really only 55 homes, and it feels bigger. You know, if you had to ask me before I pulled it up in the tax records, I would have guessed it was about 100 homes. So 55 homes, and they were all built between 2008 and 2014. So for our area, this is a very new community, which is really what makes it stand out from the other neighborhoods that have homes of a similar size, is that, they have the newer, more modern look to them. And, you're going to find that most of the homes in this neighborhood, the median size range is around 4,100 square feet. But so on the low end, about 3,100 square feet. And then the largest home in the neighborhood is 7,650. And you're really going to run the whole range between there. And so you're going to see homes that kind of have a modern look like the one we just passed, as well as a little bit more of a traditional look like this home. And then, we'll have a lot of homes that are going to be all brick siding. Some are going to be a lot of first floor living, maybe with some upstairs space. So really going to have a nice combination. You see the 3-car garages. So you're going to get really good sized homes that have a lot of the amenities you're looking for in this high-end price range. And when we drive through, we're going to take a look here in just a second at the latest home that sold in the neighborhood. I'll be sure to point it out when we get to it, but the largest house in the neighborhood was an 8-bed, 6-bath home. So that 7,600 square foot home is actually 8 beds, 6 baths. The majority are in the 4-bed to 6-bed range with 3 or 4 full baths. So that's going to be pretty typical for the neighborhood. So you're not really looking at anything that's in the 10,000 plus square foot range. So this home right here is actually the last home to sell. This home is 4 beds, 4.5 baths, 5,322 square feet. And that sold for $1.5 million in July of 2022. Now, from the outside, it looks very nice. And then you go inside and you realize it is really quite the spectacular home. So a one-of-a-kind home. And I think that's one of the things people like about this neighborhood too, is that when these were all built, it wasn't one builder. So there were a handful of builders who each built, several homes in the community, as well as just a lot of homeowners bringing in a private builder to build their own home. So that's what's really nice here. These are not cookie cutter homes. These are top of the line, private builds, and some of the top builders at the time in the area are the ones who built these houses. So you really are looking at a wonderful neighborhood. Now, one of the things that's interesting about this neighborhood is that it does have a small HOA that's only $43 a month, but there are really no amenities. So this neighborhood doesn't have a pool and tennis courts or anything like that like you might expect. Now, if we take a look at an overhead shot real quick of the neighborhood, you can see that a lot of people have their own pools. I think I counted on that map 17. So really 1 in 3 homes here has an in-ground pool. So people with these big lots and at this price point are able to kind of create their own amenities without much of a problem. So this is a really beautiful neighborhood. It is zoned all for Tabb High School, Tabb Middle School, and Mount Vernon Elementary School. So you're really looking at one of the top school districts in the area. If you go on niche.com, which is my favorite site for that, you can see that they're all rated, an A+. So really, great community. The high school is right across Yorktown Road, so you can easily walk to the high school from here. The middle school is just down the street, so it might be more like a 10-minute walk from the edge of the neighborhood. You could ride a bike to it, and then the elementary school is right around the corner. So all the schools are really close to this neighborhood too, so it's really in a nice prime location. So if you are looking for luxury, this is definitely a place to look. We have a couple more minutes of driving around. What I want to do is just turn it over to a little bit of music and just play some music, and we can tour through the rest of the neighborhood. Okay, and now we're in Olde Port Cove. So this is another gorgeous luxury community that's just about 5 minutes down the road from Taylor Farms. And so what you're gonna see here is a little bit bigger neighborhood. It's about 90 homes. And just like in Taylor Farms, I could have sworn this neighborhood was bigger than it is. I would have guessed it was closer to about 150 homes, but I think it's just the layout, the fact that the homes are nice and spread out really gives you kind of that feel that the neighborhood is a lot bigger than it is. And just knowing that you're gonna have kind of your own space in this neighborhood really kind of makes it feel like a lot more than just 90 homes. So these homes were built between 1989 and 1997. So that's what you're gonna see here, being a little bit older than Taylor Farms. And some of that is gonna come through a little bit. Some of the older homes in this neighborhood, especially the 89 through 92, they definitely still have that feel to them. They don't have the fully modern feel that Taylor Farms has, and you're going to see that in the price points. So, a very inexpensive home in this neighborhood may start at $650,000, and that home is going to be very nice and extremely well maintained and beautiful, but it may be time for a few updates to it. Just as homeowners transition, these are some of the things that you need to think about when you're looking at homes that are now 25 years old or more, so some of these being in the 35-year-old range. So, we are looking at mostly a landlocked community, but there are 15 homes that back up to Lambs Creek. So, and that backs up to the Pocosin, and that leads into the Pocosin River. So you can actually get small boats and jet skis out on the water in this neighborhood. So there is that opportunity as well. And then when we're looking at the size, it's going to be very similar to Taylor Farms. It really is. So you're looking at 3,000 square feet to the largest in this community, 7,848. So the majority being between, 3 and say 5,500, but there's a median size in here of similar to Taylor Farms, about 4,000 square feet. So you really are looking at a lot of very nice homes that have been extremely well maintained, and most of these have seen some significant updates over the years. It's just that a few of them haven't. So, you are also looking at a much more established neighborhood. In Taylor Farms, you could see there hasn't really been a lot of time for growth in the community in terms of trees and such. So you are seeing that back here in Olde Port Cove, where a lot of the trees have regrown, and so you're not getting that kind of clear-cut feel anymore. And whether or not you think that's good or bad is 100% up to you. You may want to come in and remove a couple of trees, or you might prefer that you get a little coverage here and there and a little separation from your neighborhood. So, the crazy thing about this neighborhood, though, is that, I'm filming this at the end of February 2023, and in the past year, no homes have sold in this neighborhood. And that sounds crazy to me because homes usually move in here every year. A year prior to that, 8 homes had sold. So obviously there was something going on in 2021, low interest rates. People in this neighborhood had seen a lot of great appreciation and maybe tried to take advantage of that by selling and maybe making the move to their final home. Maybe they moved down to Florida or something. So you are looking at the fact that the inventory in this neighborhood has been extremely scarce for a year now, but hopefully by the time you're seeing this down the road here, it will have picked back up and there will be great opportunities for you. Now, check in the description. We'll have some links there. Now, one of the things about this neighborhood that's great, unlike Taylor Farms, this neighborhood does have an HOA that has amenities. So it's $100 a month, but that does come with a beautiful clubhouse, great tennis courts. In fact, when I came to do this, a very nice gentleman let me into the tennis courts to shoot our shot here, and then has a great pool. Unfortunately, again, it being February, we don't have, it's not open right now, but you have the great pool, and then the neighborhood also has, the HOA pays for trash pickup, and this neighborhood also has RV storage. So obviously in a neighborhood like this, you cannot just have an RV parked in your driveway or out on the street. And I'm sure if you are interested in a neighborhood like this, you don't want that either. So what you're gonna see is there is a place where you can park an RV. So really nice, extremely, extremely beautiful neighborhood. What I'm gonna do is, again, turn it back over to music. We have another minute or two to go here and finish out this beautiful neighborhood. Alrighty, well, those are the two luxury neighborhoods of Taylor Farms and Olde Port Cove. They're just absolutely beautiful. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description for each one of those neighborhoods that'll take you to a home search so you can see what's actively for sale in both of those neighborhoods whenever you watch this video.
And I'll also include another link for a home search for just luxury in throughout all of York County in case you want to expand your search beyond just those 2 neighborhoods. And of course, when you're ready, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I'd love to help you out with your move to York County. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone else you know who may be moving to the area. Leave a comment below if there's anything I left out. Be happy to answer it for you. Then, of course, subscribe to this channel so you can see all of our future videos. Again, my name is David Tortellini. I'm with eXp Realty. Thanks so much for watching.